Hi, and welcome to Tarot Time. And this is a really huge week ahead. So, we're going to help to prepare you today for that. And I'll tell you why that is in just a minute. So, anyways, if you're watching this live, great. Happy Sunday morning. Happy Father's Day also to all the dads out there, including moi. Happy Father's Day, me. And if you're watching this as a video, I'm just going to say a few quick hellos. I like to give the live people a minute to get their notifications to get on, and then we're all going to start. So just hang out for a second. I'm just going to go through the list. Who's in? Anna again. Hi, Victoria. Welcome. Hi, Suzette. Hi, Mr. Floyd. Channeling of Mr. Floyd's channeling channel. And hi, Suzette again. And Anna and Laura B. Welcome. And who else? Evening Visit. Thanks for visiting us, Evening Visit. Welcome. And hello, Hal, Scott, welcome. And if you're new, if you want to say hi, please. And if you want to let us know where in this big world you're from, we have viewers from all over every continent except nobody from Antarctica yet. No penguins have come on. And hi, Anna. And who else have I missed? If I missed you, oh, good morning, Children's School of Yoga, aka Doreen. Welcome. Hi. How I provide. Wait. Okay. Hi from Vermont. Well, I'm in the Catskills, so it's a beautiful day in the Northeast. We're getting ready for the heat, and for those of you that have been following me for a while, and maybe you saw the short form video I released on June 5th about the third to fourth week of June, there being a big heat dome in the Northeast. So that's one forecast that's, for better or for worse, it's likely to come true. But anyway, not here to sit on my accolades, but rather to inform you guys about what's coming. So I'll talk a little bit about astrology, and I have my ephemeris nearby because I can't remember all this stuff. First of all, yeah, so you guys get to know each other. Yes, hi, Patriot Chick also. And yeah, so we're like a community here, and Sunday mornings for Tarot Time, it's really become our de facto community hangout for the week. So I tend to look at your comments more, maybe flash a few of your comments, kind of get the conversation going, see what you guys are adding, because I'm not the only channel here. We're all channels of light and knowledge and information. We're all connected to spirit. We're all connected to source. Today, because it's Tarot Time, we're using tarot and other divination tools as the tool or the system to get more information. But a lot of it will come through direct channeling. So it's actually tomorrow. This is a really, really, really big week. Lots going on. Mercury and Venus are changing signs. I mean, that's not that big of a deal because they change signs every 3 to 4 weeks, unless they're retrograde, and then it takes longer. But anyway, both are shifting from Gemini to Cancer. So we're kind of trending towards Cancer season. And of course, the summer solstice is on what day? Thursday, the 20th. So 0 degrees Cancer, that's one of the 4 cardinal points that's called the world axis. And I'm actually born on the world axis, right on the autumnal equinox, actually the day after, on the 24th. So the cardinal point, 0 degrees of the cardinal sign, that includes Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. Those are the cardinal signs. That's the world axis. So a lot is changing in the world because Venus is involved, money is involved, because Mercury is involved, communication is involved, because the sun is involved. Well, the sun, it's obviously going to be involved also. And tomorrow, I just noticed there's just a lot. The 17th is like a good luck number. The 16th, not that it's bad luck, but the 16th is the Tower card, and in Chaldean numerology, it's the shattered citadels, the symbol. So when the 16th is active, this is a good time to just kind of level things that aren't working in your life, because the 17th is about hope and inspiration. I just needed to look at the ephemeris because there's just so much going on. Lots of lunar aspect, but Mercury and Venus are conjunct. We talked about that, and heading into the world axis. Okay, but they're also squaring Neptune, so a lot of confusions likely to rise, and this is a good time to do a lot of spiritual work also. because Neptune can confuse things. It can bring the illusions and delusion, but it's also very good for things like meditation, spiritual pursuits, and stuff like that. And there's more going on. There's a lot more. 19th is Juneteenth, so we celebrate one step of the freedom of slavery here in the USA. Anyway, tons of lunar aspects that day, and of course Sundays the Thursday, I mean, is the summer solstice portal, followed right by the full moon on the 21st. So these events are all overlapping. Full moon at 1 degree of Capricorn. So here on the Medium channel, we're going to celebrate our 4th anniversary. We're going to do it a couple days early, and I do that by doing mediumship readings for you. So the 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern time, that's Wednesday, June 19th, Juneteenth, Wednesday. And I do this 8 times a year, but I because it's a party, it's our birthday party, year number 4 of the Medium channel. We'll do an extra special job. So all you guys need to do is show up, do a little prayer to your loved ones, and they may come through me. So for about an hour, I just fire off some free messages for you guys, and everything. So this is kind of my way of, twofold. One, my way of giving back to my community, but it's also a nice way to promote the channel also, because people love free readings. And speaking of which, at 10 a.m. we release a 10-minute tarot reading on the channel. You can check that out and see if that resonates with you. Every day we have daily shorts where I do a 1-minute reading for you guys. We got a lot going on. Lots of other live streams this week. Tuesday, we're going to do a live stream for the full moon. Could I do that every month? On Thursday, the actual full moon, I'm going to do some channeling work with the master teachers. That's the name that I give the energies or beings of light that work through me. We're also going to work with Archangel, which one? Uriel, they were saying. And Uriel has a very special time right now, a very, very special mission right now. So we'll talk about that as well. Anyway, let me just check in your comments a second, and we're going to dive right on in. All right. Usually keeps our chat private. Yeah. All right. I think these chats they go private, right? But then the main chats go public. Oh, so we have a few Cancerians also. I don't think. And you're born on the new moon. Beautiful. Yeah, I was born close to the full moon, 1 degree Libra. So this is all squaring my sun. So it's very active in my life. Lots of changes in my life also. All right, let's dive in. A little more water. A little more tea. It's my Sunday tea party. No fun asked because it's a Sunday morning, even though it's 11 here. If you're on the West Coast, it might be a bigger deal. But are we coffee, tea, or caffeine free? And I'm on my black tea, so I'm not caffeine free today. So I like to start out with a meditation card for the week. I'm just kind of looking at my notes. Did I miss anything? No, not really. That we got the main things out there. So I'll do a meditation card. This will be very succinct for our community, people that are watching live or as a video, about what energies to work with this week. So let me pull the card. I'll explain for the new people how I recommend. They show me the number 22. So the 22nd may be a really big day for a lot of people. That's next Saturday. Not exactly sure why, but we'll see. Also, it's a master number that's very much about thinking outside the box. It's Uranus, a guide in numerology, and it's also about relationships. So I think one message for us is there's gonna be a lot of redefining of our relationships, and that could be personal, romantic, but it'll also be friends, business partners, bosses, relationships with nature or whatever. So a lot of redefining of that. So who's with you now? I think this is a question for all of us. Who in your community is with you now, and who is just not ready? And the people that aren't ready, especially if you're in an ascension process and you're awakening, you become a threat to those kind of people. The reason being is that the subconscious loves familiarity. If you start to present things that don't jive with other people's belief systems, there's a survival instinct that causes them to view you as a threat subconsciously, and that can relate to a lot of friction in relationships. So I think this is a good week to really define who's with you. That's the message that they just gave me. So back to our regularly scheduled pulling of our meditation card. Adam needs to clear mind, because what's the motto? When we're thinking, we're not connecting, and when we're connecting, we are not thinking. So I'm going to stop thinking. And I found my card, your card. It's the Magician card. So we're back to getting a lot of major arcanas for our meditation card. What does the Magician card do? Create. So great week to create. All the suits are here. And he's taking power from above and creating from below. One of the most spiritual lessons we can possibly learn as spiritual beings in a human life, in a human form, is the ability to consciously manifest our reality. So we are energy transmitters, we are energy receivers, we are creators. We are here to create. We are born to create, just like God or source that created us. We are created in that image, so we are born to create. So that's what the Magician card is. So you can think about what you want to create in your life. But the idea here is to meet the magician, which is the inner magician, right? Because you are the magician. It's key one. And there's a lot of one energy, like this full moon's going to be at 1 degrees Capricorn. One is the initiator, the new beginning. It's the identification of self. So when we come into one vibration, we start to become more self-aware also. That self-aware can be taken on a spiritual level too. It doesn't just have to be in our physical lives. So how do we meditate with cards? Well, any meditation, you get present. Now, I train people to drop into a meditative state between 4 to 10 seconds. There's a way that I do this as well. You can, if it takes a little longer, that's fine. But the idea is you just stop your thoughts and you become aware of your breath, and you become aware of your body and the space around your body. And as that's happening, just relax shoulders, chin and cheek, and forehead and temples. And if you can do that with practice, you can drop into a meditative state in seconds. There's a similar thing that Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches also. If anybody, I haven't been yet, but if any of you guys have been fortunate enough to go to one of his week-longs, he teaches you his methodology of how to do that. But the idea is, once we practice, we don't need to just go through a long whole routine of getting present in meditation. We can learn how to drop into that. So once that happens, we open the heart, right? The heart is the portal to consciousness or to the divine. It's the indwelling higher self or spirit. Once I'm relaxed and present, now I'm using the Morgan Greer deck. I love this deck. You may have your own tarot deck. If not, take a mental snapshot of this card. And then the next step is that basically in your mind, when you're very relaxed, step into the cards. Once you're relaxed and present, step in. And the first order of business is, what do you feel? Because what you feel energetically and emotionally is a great gauge of the frequencies that you're stepping into. So, and then once that happens, then start to look around or sense around. It doesn't have to be visual. What are you hearing, smelling, noticing, intuiting, and all that? Because again, this is just a little doorway to a whole panoramic scene. There may be a forest that you're not seeing because you're just looking at the window of the car, but you're meeting this guide and just see what you get. So that's how to meditate with that. And this is a really good time for manifestation. We're right around the full moon. Perfect for manifestation is Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign, so it deals a lot with our earthly lives. But it's also the key phrase, I think, is I use for Capricorn. If any astrologers, if I'm incorrect, let me know in the chat. And it's really about learning how to work with our resources to create in our lives, to understand basically our playing field and assess strategy. That's the art of the warrior. So really understanding what's our reality, what have we created in our personal universe, as well as what have we collectively created as humanity in our collective universe, and assess that, and what can we do to hack that universe? How can we work that more to our advantage? And I'm not saying this in a manipulative or selfish way, but we are manipulative. That's just part of our reality. We're here to manipulate energy in order to create certain effects in our lives. That's part of the creative process. But anyway, what do we want to create in our lives, and really take that energy, really feel it, visualize it, do the earthly steps, use this Capricorn full moon, you use the resources available to you, the spiritual as well as the physical resources, and make it happen. So that's the message also. Capricorn is I achieve. Okay. I like that better. I remember from one of my early astrology books, they use the keyword I use, but I like I achieve also. Christina Latina, hi, welcome. I feel comfort. Very good. Caffeine week. All right. I'm just looking at your card. Thank you, Felicia, for sharing that. Okay. Green kombucha tea. That sounds right. And is that Hal? I'm sorry. My or Hal. I don't know if that's Hal for Holly, but anyway, you're originally from the Catskills. Well, I love the Catskills. Yes. I'm in the Phoenicia area right now. In fact, it takes me about 1 to 2 minutes to walk to the Esopus Creek from where I live. So I'm fortunate. Hola, hola. Yes, it's Holly. Okay, very good. All right. So let's do a 3 card spread. This will be, for us as a community, maybe for you individually, what's going on in the world. I've seen lots with money, lots with stock markets. Look for some interesting changes, and then I'm seeing like gold or silver bullion. So anyway, a lot with investment, and not too surprising with this Capricorn energy. And the reverse of that, we're coming to Cancer season, which or Moonchild season, if you like that one better. But whatever you want to call the sign that's ruled by the moon, and I think, is it Venus that's exalted in Cancer, or I don't even remember. I have to brush up on my basic astrology, I think. Anyhow, we're gonna do a 3 card spread. Hi, Anon, the Path to Oneness. Welcome. Happy Father's Day to you and all the dads. Thank you, Colleen, for that. All right. Good. Let me get out of my mind. I'm seeing a lot with music, to work with a lot with sound, vibration, and energy. Work a lot with nature. It is a summer solstice here in the northern hemisphere. If you're down under, winter solstice, but it's still very powerful. But here, we get the sunsets coming close to 9 p.m. and all that good stuff. So it's very light. They're showing me, interesting. I'm getting a lot of images. They're showing me frogs. Frogs are amazing because they're amphibians. They dwell within 2 worlds, and they're showing me a hammer. So this is a good opportunity this week to maybe heal things with maybe people that are crossed over. We can only heal within our own hearts, but we can call them in to assist that process, or just heal things on the spiritual level. Because the waters, the emotions, the frogs live in water and they live on the ground, which is the earth. So understanding how our emotions and feeling kind of dictate everything that we create in our physical lives. Just think of when you were a teenager and the first time you were in love, and how that drove your behavior. You don't have to look any farther than that to understand what we feel drives everything in human behavior. And what we feel is energy. It's energy, emotion, energy, emotion, right? And it triggers the hormonal system of the body. So basically, emotions are hormones in the body, but they're energy, their frequency also. So this is the time to really blend and really connect what's going on emotionally versus what's going on in your world. And if you don't like what's going on in your world, well, it's time to work on change your frequency and vibration. Nothing really changes until we change, and that's like a big kind of a what's the right word? A big kind of myth of the law of attraction. Just because you're doing your affirmations, you're visualizing and making it real in your mind doesn't mean it's going to happen, because usually there's a lot of old programming that brings the past into the present, and then we create that in the future. So we have to really learn to understand and clear some of the emotional patterns. In other words, to make this super simple, your life's not going to change until you change. And you can look at that on an esoteric level, or you can look at that on a very real world level, or real world, the physical world level. It's like if I show up, with negative emotions, people are less likely to do favors for me or help me. I'll put it that way. So anyway, I think we get the idea. Let me clear my mind. I love when the messages come in before the cards too. So again, the hammer and the frog. So basically, this is the time to really heal and fix things. So that's what hammers do. They fix things. That's been troubling emotionally in your life. And again, that means reprogramming, because if you're going through some negative emotion, you just try to stop and then say, I'm not going to feel this way. I'm going to feel good. Good luck with that. That's all I have to say. Personally, I think I'd have better luck, standing in front of a freight train going 70 miles an hour than stopping my emotions. So, but we can go within and change the programming from within and change how we respond to things emotionally over time. And that's when big change comes. That's the true law of attraction, making the changes from within. Ooh, who's falling in love? I love the Ace of Cups and the Three of Cups and the Star card. Very positive, very affirming energy. Now, the Star card reverse is telling me to tell you not to let the world psych you out, not to let things that come out through presidents, ex-presidents, all the duality, all the forced division and all that. Do that. The Three of Cups, this is about gatherings with friends. It's wedding season, it's graduation season, lots of gatherings with friends, I want to say, but new beginnings. What are we creating? What's in that cup? Think about what's going to bring you that joy and happiness and that fulfillment, and create that in your cup, basically. Hi, MDR. I didn't see you sneak in. Yeah, very, very nice card. Yeah, I'm just seeing if I'm missing. The hammers, well, very good, Felicia. So this could be a personal message, because the messages can be personal, they can be for our community, or they could be for the world around us. Andrew, you'll have a lot of push-pull dynamics and moodiness. Happy collective birthdays, yeah. And yeah, and people that are Cancer ascendants or Cancer moons, they're very good also. So this is kind of a hopeful sort of an energy. The world's changing. We know everything is kind of cascading down. I think for a lot of us, as a personal message. I think for a few of you, somebody that's had an interest in you for a while, maybe from afar, may actually step forward and let you know, hey, I think you're kind of special. I want to get to know you better. Or if you've had a few ups and downs with a family member or a romantic partner, this is a good week to work on it. Again, Mercury's been in Gemini. That's its rulership. But Gemini is very dualistic and can be very hot and cold also. When Mercury starts to move into Cancer, a lot of the energy goes more into what I'm feeling rather than what I'm thinking. And there's more attention to our feelings and stuff like that. So it gets a little, watered down. Mercury kind of likes, because it's an air planet, it kind of likes the fire signs and air signs better. But it's still good. It's really a good time to express what you're feeling. And I think, because these are all like the cups are all emotional. The Star card's a little drier because it's Aquarius, but it's the water bearer also, and the figure's by water, and the figure's reversed. So we need, maybe just saying, if we can be a little bit more hopeful and optimistic, not to let your bank account dictate your thinking, or news halfway around the world dictate your emotions and thinking. And anytime you feel triggered by the outside, that's a sign for you to go into the heart. The heart is the portal of the soul, right? The heart, the hearts can't be programmed. Hearts love, hearts are compassionate, hearts are grateful, basically. So anytime, it's maybe a conscious exercise. Anytime we feel a little bit triggered, go into the heart, basically. Now, I was really feeling like lots of ups and downs or changes with finances or the stock market. Being the cards that came up this week, that may not be a this week thing. That may be a little bit later on in the summer. But I want to say, just to, always keep an eye on that. And but lots of coming together with ideas. I think what we're going to see is, and we may not necessarily see this in mainstream news, but I think what we're going to see are people banding together, more people awakening, more people wanting to heal the divide and stuff like that. It feels to me like this could also represent three different countries or powers. You're trying to get together and work on something that might invoke a little bit more peace later on. I mean, I realize that that the wars and the real news happens in ways that we don't see it, so that there's always something behind these activities that are more visible to the public, but there's just an energy more of like wanting to like heal the divide, wanting to make things better for everybody. And I think even if the news doesn't portray that this week, I think it's an underlying current that's going to be acting on things basically, um, and stuff like that. So and the Ace of Cups can be a birth also. So again, good time for planting those new seeds and manifesting those new ideas, using this very creative energy of the full moon with the very high vibes of the Cancer season with that. So this is some basic information. I think the idea is take things easy. The beginning of the week, Monday and Tuesday, it may be a little bit dicey. You may seem a little bit more argumentative, but once you hit midweek and beyond, I think there's more of an energy of moving forward with things like friendships or relationships. Again, somebody may have some new relationship energy going on. I think for a lot of you, it's clearing the stuff, and the stuff that I said in the beginning before the cards. It's really identifying who's with you right now. And I'm coming back to that message. Who is energetically with you in your peer groups of peers, your community, family, or whatever. And those that aren't, you can just kind of gracefully excuse yourself from that energy and move on from that. Basically, focus on what matters, focus on the people that matters, the people that are aligned with your awakening and the direction that you're going in your life, both personally, physically, as well as spiritually. And that's going to be very key to a successful week. So I want to just peek in your comments for a second, then we're going to go on. Three of Cups is ruled by the moon. I forgot what that is as a deacon. Three of Cups. That might even be moon in Cancer. I'd have to look that up, but that's interesting. I'll say my grandma with. I'm sure your grandma is with you, and if you want to tune in Wednesday when we do our mediumship, you may actually get a message from her. But just from this comment, I just feel like do art or something about doing art, or grandma does art. So Nick is saying, I don't think I'm ready for love again, but actually I've been talking to somebody really interesting. All right, yeah, trust what you're ready for. Absolutely. Maybe there's a way for Anne and Laura to share their info. All right, I'm missing some of your comments, but if there is, there is. And Christina's kind of saying, got into a fight with one family member. All right, which may sorry, my mouth was right by the mic, so sorry if the sound just went distorted on you guys. Yeah, exactly. And to follow up, this is all making sense. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. And I mean, oh yeah, all right, maybe so. Sometimes reaching out is just clearing the energies, right, and stuff like that. The side and the Arsenos within the side, and oh, Scott, Heather I Star. She works on the channel also. She does a lot of behind the scenes, but she channels with me, usually on the new moon. We may be able to get her on the full moon also. Yeah, great. So she's you can find her, through the channel. Yeah. And your 3 times water element makes you very, very emotional. Set boundaries, get grounded, add fire, exercise element to balance, and Doreen, the Children's School of Yoga, is our yoga teacher here on the channel. So we have a whole playlist of yoga classes that she's provided with us. So thank you for that. So next on the agenda, by the way, did I mention that at 10 o'clock we released a full tarot reading on the channel? I think I did in the beginning. It's there for you guys. And as soon as I'm done, I'm going to release a short video about angel number 999. So that's going to be on the short shelf of my channel, probably about by 12:30. If you're seeing 999 a lot, that might be interesting to you. Yes, thank you. Here's a little testimony for you guys. If an amazing, yes, she is. Yes, she is. And MDR, a lot of people are, yes. God, angel. I thought you said God, angel. And that's, I didn't mention that aspect of it, but some would consider that to be the God frequency. It's the very pinnacle of the 369 code, which is the numerology code that links us more with the frequencies of the universe, basically, that act upon the physical. Nikola Tesla was obsessed with 369, and for good reason, at least according to what I've read and researched. I didn't know the man personally, so I can't say 100%, but you know how that goes. I mean, in this age of misinformation, sometimes it's not a bad idea to disclaimer certain things, because we rely a lot on what we get from other people. I rely heavily on spirit, which helps, but still, I'm trusting, people are giving me the right information. And in today's world, that ain't always the case. All right. So anyhow, this is my Native American deck. So this might give us a little bit more, on this one. And the Craftsman, this is the 3 of Pentacles. So 3 is a big number this week. We got the 3 of Cups. Now we got the Craftsman or the 3 of Pentacles. Let me see if I can. This is like opposite land here. And there's 33 on the chat right now. So 3 is a really big number. 33 is a pinnacle of the master numbers. And again, 3 plus 3 is 6. 3 times 3 is 9. So there you have your 369 codes. And embodied. Who left? We went down to 32. Come back. Just kidding. And the Craftsman, again, this goes along the line. This is the time to create. That's why the Magician card came up. This is a good week, to what do you want to create? What new in your life? Somebody wants to do something more with music. Because I just heard write a song or write music or do something more with music. Create. I know, like, for example, Mr. Floyd's on, Josh of Mr. Floyd's channeling channel. And he's creating a lot in his universe because he's channeling Archangel Raphael. He's channeling on his channel a Saint Germain, and getting quite a following. So, that's a good model for YouTubers. You focus on one specific niche, you'll blow up. I, of course, try to do everything for everybody. So it's been a slow and steady growth on my channel, but we're getting there, basically. So anyway, so create something new, all you guys, and think outside the box and don't be afraid. One of the biggest things that hold us back is the fear of putting ourselves out there, the fear of scrutiny. If you're like me, I had a very critical parent, of course. That's my dad. Happy Father's Day, because he wanted the best for me. It wasn't a negative thing. It wasn't negative criticism. He wanted the best for me. But I grew up being very kind of shy about putting myself out there, in the fear that I was going to get criticized. Being an empath, the feelings matter more. So I've had to reprogram that. I have. Obviously, I wouldn't be here doing this if I hadn't. So this is part of what I'm getting from this card also. So anyway, speaking of Josh, who gifted me the Isis Oracle deck, we will pull a card from that deck now for another message for us. We've got a lot of decks here. Yeah, very good. Yes, you're welcome, Miss Josh. Yeah, absolutely. Slow and steady wins the race. Yeah. I'm looking back at how I did things. I'm like, I could have found one sub niche and really blown up in that. But it is what it is, and that's just YouTube strategies. Who at the end of the day, you put good information out there, you put quality out there, they're gonna find you, and that should be the focus for all of us, no matter what we're doing, whether it's YouTube or a job. The idea today, if you want to blow up financially, keep this in mind, and I'm working on this myself. Today, money's an exchange of that. Well, it always was, but more than ever. So always add more value. Like if you're working a job, add more value to that. If you're self-employed, the more value you add, the more it's going to get reciprocated, basically. So add value. That's the new paradigm of New Earth and conscious business financial practices, in my opinion, of course. All right. So anyway, clearing mind. Got my card right away. It's like, that was not subtle. It's like, yes, it's your card. And it's the top one, not the bottom one. These are relatively new. They still stick. So what we got is stay true and be in your power. Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of divine authority. So the Lord and the Lady. So it's kind of, a little bit like Wicca, neo-pagan energy. The male and female aspects of deity, so to speak. Stay true and be in your power. Well, that in itself's a good message. And I forgot what this is called. There's a name for that. In Egyptian lore. And then she's got, it almost looks like a dragon on her head. Maybe if I bring this closer. So sometimes you get your messages just through the energy of the card or what you notice or what you see. But this is about, to me, as I'm saying, that's Spirit saying, this is about expressing your power. Kind of piggybacks what I was saying before. Not be afraid to express your power. Again, if people scrutinize you, so what? I do, my YouTube readings. I do certain things, especially with mediumship, shorts. Every now and then it goes to the for whatever reason, the YouTube algorithm thinks that born again Christians would be a target audience. That is a big mistake. OMG. So you can't let that deter you. You got to bless them. Lots of love to you. You're free to believe what you want to believe. Just let me believe what I want to believe. And if you can't handle that, well, adios, amigo. So stay true and be in your power. That's an example of staying true and being in your power, because those that are threatened by your power because they're not in theirs are going to try to rob you of your power and deter you from being in your power. So don't let them. Stay in your power. Stay with Isis and Horus, the divine Lord and Lady of Osiris and Isis, Lord and Lady of divine authority, basically. All right, and Mr. Floyd, what else? What else? Because he knows this deck much better than me. And he's saying exactly, and Isis Oracle card book says you do not need permission to be who you are. That is right. Yes, you do not. And so it is. So now we will honor Doreen of Children's School of Yoga. And this is the Divine Masters Oracle of Kyle Gray. I think this one's called the Divine Masters. Yeah, the Divine Masters Oracle. Yes. Not the Angels and Masters one that I've been using lately. This is a different deck. Like Kyle Gray. I'd like to get to know, because I love Kundalini Yoga, and he teaches that system of yoga. Anyway, let me clear my mind a second. Oh, we're actually not doing too bad with our time here. I need to clear my mind. I am thinking. We're not allowed to think right now. They pop this phrase in my mind, guest DJ. I don't know who the guest DJ is here. That's an interesting, talk about, so we have another theme developing with the twos and the dualities. Where did that show before? Oh, yeah, with the last card I pulled, Osiris and Isis. So this is Rama and different versions of the male and female or the different aspects of deity. Holy union, soulmate connection, romantic opportunity. Who's meeting their soulmate this week? Maybe it's me. Who's meeting their soulmate or connecting with a soulmate? We have, according to Gary Zukov, that back when I liked Oprah, I shouldn't say I don't like her, but some of the things I've been hearing are unsettling. But there's a time I didn't much like her because she'd have a show and basically have guests on that have three eyes that were cheating on their spouses as their guests, and then at some point you started to have people like Carolyn Mace, Gary Zukov, was Doctor, what's his name? Oh my God, I can't even remember. Deepak Chopra may have been on. All of a sudden, she had these cool people, and he was like, I'm going to use my position to spread consciousness. I don't know what changed, but then anyway, she asked Gary Zukov, so do you believe in soulmates? This was in the 90s, and I remember it now because it really stuck with me. Like, well, why, yes, of course I do. In fact, I have 6.5 billion soulmates on planet Earth right now. He wasn't including the animals and the trees. They have souls too. But anyway, point being is that, but different soulmates have different roles, and there's certainly that romantic type soulmate, the twin flame energy or stuff like that. So holy union. But as I'm looking at the card, I believe this is more holy union with God or source, right? Not, but you can find that through a holy union with another, through sacred sexuality, even sacred union, blending of energies. It doesn't have to be physically male and female. It could be two men or two women, but there's still like the male and female aspects of deity or energy that dwells within the humans. So anyways, so this is good. So this is a good time. Partner with God, blend with source, work with the heart, because the heart is the great unifier. See, the thing is, we live in a dualistic universe. It can be no other way. It's tension that keeps the universe going. So, tension's not always a bad thing. There's a lot of tension in the world, but it's tension that allows this universe to keep operating. Like, a good example is it's the summer solstice. There's a lot of heat being of the sun in the northern hemisphere. That's creating atmospheric tension. That's creating storms. And what do the storms do? Well, they have a huge circulations that brings hot air north and cooler air south. Those helping to balance that tension in the atmosphere. So everything is predicated on tension. However, the heart is the great unifier. So when we connect with the heart, we connect with source, that which created everything, and blend into one. So we transcend the physical and we start to dwell more in the spiritual, basically. So anyway, that's what I'm getting from this card. I mean, if Doreen's chiming in because she knows these cards better than me, and she does. Here we go. If they'll actually let me show this comment. Here we go. Represents festival of light and opening your heart to love and heart healing. Opportunity for real soul relationships. Thank you for that. Beautiful. Twin flames are tough. Shake my head. Yeah. Twin flame can be really tough, right? And then soulmates, certain soulmates, thinking, I want a soulmate. I want a soulmate. Yeah, well, when you have it's work, because by its very definition, you have a karmic history with this soul, and you come together to work through some of the karma. Karma's not negative, but it can be challenging. We're as a collective, we're in this lifetime to heal all this past karma now. Again, this is that unifying in the heart. When we can really go into those unified fields, we can start to heal the karma. Karma is what we learn. Karma is our lessons. Karma is our growth. There's personal karma. There's collective karma. There's earth karma. And it's all coming out now. And that's why there's so much going on in the world. It's tough, but it's a necessary process for us to reach our next level of humanity. So hang in there. And speaking of which, Speaking of which, we're going to have a rip-roaring retreat here in the Catskills in the first weekend of August with the master teachers. It's going to be a full-on spiritual immersion that I'm so psyched about. And at the lodge, we have, I think, 3 openings still. I think I could take about 5 more people. If anyone's interested, I'll leave information on that. But that's really coming together in a nice way, and I'm getting a lot of messages of some of the work that we're going to do. And basically, there's going to be half structured classes and half channeled classes. So I'm going to allow my teachers in spirit, the master teachers, to lead through the instruction. We're going to do a lot. One of the things we're going to teach you is how to channel energy and how to be a channel of light and frequency. That's very, very high on the list, to heal ourselves, to heal others, and to grow and ascend that way. So and for those of you that don't know, we do channeling here on the channel, also with the master teachers, but it's a frequency channeling. And I get plenty of emails from people of how they felt the energy, their crown chakras open, this happened, that happened, spontaneous healings happen. It's miraculous because you're the miracle. And if you do this work and they're able to access you and work with your frequencies, you're working together to for a certain effect. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit too wordy right now. But the point being is that that they're here to help us to work with frequencies, to clear the cogs, to clear all the stuff that's holding us back to ascend. So if you're really ready for serious spiritual work, there'll be information again. And on that note, I also have meditations for purchase. The one that I'm doing now is the royalty DNA one and the abundance code frequency. So I'm doing that for 40 days myself. I've been having a lot of financial hiccups. I won't know till next week, but I think I already got some amazing news on that, and it keeps growing. So anyhow, sorry about that. I got a little. Well, yeah, it's kind of my own promotion, but of course I feel like this can really help you guys. So it's for you more than me, honestly. I feel like my guides are like, it's for both of you. don't be modest. They're telling me. In other words, just do it, right? So here we go. Move on to our frequencies of the week. Oh yeah, we're in the middle of doing a channeling class now, but that's in the middle. Thank you for that. Yeah, Stephanie. Well, hi Stephanie. Another spiritual teacher that's joining us. Welcome, Stephanie. Mutual supportive flow. I love that. Yeah. And I love the simplicity too. And that a lot of spirit messages are really, really simple. Like I have this guy that goes by John. As soon as I had my awakening, I started to tap in. I didn't even know about spirit guides. I was in college. It was in the 70s. Yeah, I'm old. But I'm young too. I'm old but young. And this guy would come in, identify himself as John. I'm like, John the Baptist? What John? I think it's John the Scribe from Revelations, because the energy makes a lot more sense for that energy than John the whatever. It's just a name. But when this guy comes through, it's very powerful. It's like if I'm out in nature, it's like everything gets really still. Like everything changes in the atmosphere around me. Then this energy comes through. I feel it in my body. The message is rarely more than 4 words. And I'm like, oh, right. And then as this guy pulls away, sometimes I hear a little smirky comment like, you humans are so complicated, basically. Spirituality is simple. It's very, very simple. We are complicated. It's our programming, our social conditioning. Anyhow. Frequency of the week from the sacred geometry card is, drumroll please, fertility. Well, what do we want to birth? I think I think it was Friday or Thursday, released a short video reading that was about fertility also. I mean, some people may be getting pregnant, great, but fertility could be like gestating your ideas now. And what it says in the cards, the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. Beautiful message. So get the energy, it's a frequency. And you can get that just by gazing in the middle and just absorbing the sacred geometry into your vibrational fields. I'm doing that with you. I can see it too. I can see my own screen. And if you want to go back, we're at 50 minutes of the video. If you want to go back and do this later, gaze right in the middle, because it's really the energy and the frequency. The description, the intellectual part supports the experience, but it's not the experience. It's what you feel and what happens, right? Anyway, what do we have left? Oh, I have my medicine cards today for our totem animal of the week. This will be, limited to North American species because it's Native American deck. Okay, I hope so too, Colleen. Congratulations in advance to your niece. The R saying, okay, thank you, Patriot Chick. Thank you for all that 9 cycle changes in your universe. Yeah. And I just this morning, when I got up, I sat outside, soaked a little sun. I thought, I'm going to do a video on 999 angel number. It's like a 20-second video on my short feed. It'll, like I said, when I'm done with this, I'll upload that for you guys if you want to check it out later. Let me clear my mind a second. This one. It's funny. It's seeing like a little, almost like a little animal, like a porcupine in my mind. So that could be like a secondary. And porcupines are also often about self-protection and self-preservation. But the raven is about magic. And boy, do I have a lot of ravens hanging around my place. Ravens, turkey vultures, and crows. All these birds love it here. So raven's really about magic. It's about the mysteries of life and death and the spaces between life and death, the in-betweens and all that. And I should have the book with me. I do. Key 16. So we're in that 16 energy. Remember, and today's the 16th. 16 is the tower. 16 basically will cause the tower to fall if it's unsustainable, in order for you to grow on a stronger foundation. It's a necessary aspect of the spiritual path, which is why it's part of the fool's journey in the tarot, or the major arcana cards, as it were. So let me find key 16. Although I think I got the meaning, but I just want to see if there's anything else that jumps out at me. 16, magic. Throughout time, Raven has carried the medicine of magic. This has been true in many cultures across the planet, and blah, blah, right? So if the magic is bad medicine, the carrier may be honored out of fear rather than out of respect. All right. So use your magic wisely. Know that you're a powerful creator. Know that, again, this is a Don Miguel Ruiz thing for those that read the Four Agreement. Know your words are powerful. That's why they call it spelling, right? So what you say and what you think and the words that you use, it carries an intention and a vibration that affects the energetic fields of others also. That's how magic works, basically. So magic could be good or magic could be bad, right? But what is good and bad, that's only how we see it, right? It's energy is energy. Dark is just the absence of light. Light is the overshadow, daring of the dark, basically. So ravens are black. So use your magic to maybe pierce the veils of your own deeper shadow issues. We just went through a big purge. We're in a big shift right now in the vibration of collective consciousness. So through the autumn, winter, spring, and up till very recently, the energy was really about all the shadow stuff, releasing the shadows, identifying them. So now we go into an even deeper level. This can go more into the karmic shadows, more into what behind what created the subconscious shadows in this lifetime. What's shadows is this on a soul level now? So the Raven's going to help you with that. This is what I'm getting. This is what's channeling through me. So work with this totem animal to go even deeper, to release even deeper shadows. And then you're going to be, in the summer and the autumn months, you're going to be not only rewarded on some level, but you're going to be able to step more into your power and to be able to help to lead all the new people that are going to be awakening in the months and years to follow, basically. And last but not least, I still honor my old Doreen Virtue decks, even if you're not allowed to buy them anymore. I still feel there's wisdom in here that we can benefit from. So this is called the Angel Therapy deck. Clear yourself. Oh, we were just talking about that, right? There's ask the angels to release any toxic energies you may have absorbed. So do that. I want to say early in the week. Today's the 16th. This is a good day to do a little meditation. Call on your angels, call on your guides, call on the light, and clearing. Bye, and let them help you. But that's again another message to further augment or solidify what we've been talking about. All right, very good, guys. Oh, we're talking about dogs now. I can't keep up with you. Yeah, I have 3 Doreen Virtue decks. I still honor them. I have a feeling she may find. I don't want to say find her way because that's judgmental. May balance some of these beliefs a little bit more. I want to say. I'll put it that way. But who am I to tell people what they should believe, right? The only thing that matters is what we believe, basically, and understand that what we believe shapes what we create. It shapes our reality. And if you don't believe in law of attraction, take that on just a very base behavioral level. What we believe affects how we behave and how we interact with people, which affects how they treat us, which affects what we create in our life. Of course, I believe it's a deeper, more of an energetic thing also, but any way you slice it, what you feel is going to greatly affect what you create in your life. And that's what I have for you today. So again, let me see if I can remember the schedule. Tuesday, we're going to do the full moon forecast, things we need to know to get the most out of this full moon. I do more divination with that. Wednesday, we're going to do mediumship here on the Medium channel. We do that 8 times a year. We're also having our 4th year anniversary. 4 years, like I said, slow and steady wins the race. 12,000 subscribers, not bad, right? The channel never went mega viral, but not bad. We're still building the foundation, basically. So once we come into year number 5, that tends to be much more of a communicative energy. 4 is very grounding, think outside the box. 5th year, that's where the communications, that's where things spread out. So that's a really good time to get well known. So there's that. Then Thursday, we'll do the channeling the energy, the frequency channeling, with the master teachers, Archangel Uriel. And then a week from Sunday, we're back to tarot time. All right. Very good. Love you guys. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I love dogs. I love cats. I just love, basically. That's what we need to be. We need to be love. And these animals, dogs, teach us really unconditional love, loyalty, and stuff like that. Cats really teach us a different kind of love, how to honor ourselves and be true to ourselves. I mean, cats teach us a lot of things, but that's just what comes to mind now. Because, cats will do what cats will do. They're not going to do something because you want them to do it, basically. All right, thank you, and happy Father's Day, everybody. And and you guys that popped in later, definitely catch the replay. This was a good one today. Love you, and we will see you at the next video. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, everybody.